Oh, hey Laphicet. I just fixed up some dashi stew. Mind giving it a taste and telling me what you think?
Sure, it looks good. Don't mind if I do.
So, how is it?
Well, the mochi pouch is really hard.
Yeah, isn't it?
Actually, everything in it was hard. The radish, the fish cake, the beef, the octopus, everything. Is that how you normally like it?
Heavens, no! Dashi stew is supposed to practically melt in your mouth. I must have done something wrong. But I don't get it. All you do is stick the ingredients in the dashi broth and let it simmer. Anyone can do that. I let it all simmer for a good long time and everything is still hard. Even the sticky rice. How does that happen?
Yeah. I wonder where it went wrong.
It's probably the konjac. It can make the meat and the radish harden up and prevent the mochi from getting soft. What you need to do is parboil the konjac in a separate pot, and then add it into the stew when it's almost done simmering.
Huh. I didn't know it mattered how you put everything together. Is that why the burdock roots turned green too?
Got it in one. It's the same thing that can turn the water pink when you blanch green beans.
Wow, I'd never have guessed. But there's just something so satisfying about one big heap. It can be hard to resist sometimes.
I understand the feeling. One time, I caught a grasshopper and a praying mantis and got so excited, I put them both inside my bag together.
Let me guess. The grasshopper didn't make it.
No, it did not.
Well, let that be a lesson. Mistakes are okay so long as we learn and grow from them. Huh. I never pegged you as a bad cook, Eisen. What happened?
The Reaper's curse strikes again!
Don't tell me that the curse even affects your own cooking.
Afraid so. If I try to flip meat in a pan, it rights itself in the air and lands square back on the cook's side.
Does that happen with everything you try to flip? What about pancakes?
There's a certain beauty in the dichotomy of golden yellow and dark brown.
And omelets, too?
Eggs are pretty much a no-go.
No eggs over easy. Ouch.
I can't even make mini pizzas.
Wait, you don't have to flip anything to make those.
If I'm not careful with how I carry them, they end up face down on the floor.
Wow, I'm so sorry.
What a stubborn little curse you carry around.
Just use a spatula.
No, I still have my pride. Now this is what I call a Salisbury steak. Juicy, aromatic, perfectly seared on both sides. It was a long, hard battle getting to this point.
Maybe you should have taken Velvet's advice to use a spatula sooner.
I'm not one to ever surrender before a battle. Anyway, I've come a long way relying only on my bare hands.
But you did ask Kurogane to make you a spatula. That did happen, right?
I don't do things by halves. That's...
So, how does it taste? I hope it's good.
It's a nice, consistent flavor. You've come a long way, Laphicet.
Whew, that's a relief. Thanks.
Everything from the prep work to the measurements follows the recipe to perfection. It's very you. I bet you'd be great at making pastries.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind trying to make some.
So long as you're all right with some simple things, I'd be happy to teach you.
That would be great. I also want to try making my own ingredients from scratch.
You don't have to go that far. You can just buy them from shops.
Yeah, but still.
Oh boy, I know how this story goes. First, it starts simple enough. You want to mix up something like curry powder. Then you'll be kneading noodles, growing sourdough starters, churning butter, and before you know it, you'll wind up fermenting miso and distilling spirits. Then comes the next phase. You'll grow your own rice and beans and raise your own animals. It's a road I've been down myself.
You have?
Yeah, out on this remote island. I even built a private salt pond where I can cultivate natural salt just the way I like it.
That's amazing!
So how far does this path lead?
It only ends when you've had enough. I won't lie to you, Laphicet. It's a hard road. But if you're really serious, I'll teach you the ropes.
I'm super serious. Please, teach me everything.
If that's what you want to do, I say go for it. Eating is a vital part of life. Might as well enjoy your food on as many levels as you can.
How does it taste?
Great.
You say that about everything you eat.
That's not true. I have a very refined palate. Eleanor's cooking is, you know, how do I put it? Her dishes have gotten more flexible.
Come again?
It's commanding, but not so rigid, and yet still representative of who she is.
I'm still not sure I follow.
I used to cook by following every recipe as precisely as possible, but I've learned to feel out the dishes a bit more. I decide how much seasoning to use, and I make adjustments to taste. Sometimes what I make doesn't turn out right. It's more fun this way.
Wow, you really have changed, Eleanor.
That's what I meant when I said her dishes were flexible. I was right.
Rokuro, don't talk with your mouth full. You're getting food everywhere.
Sorry. I couldn't help myself.
You did it again. Look, it's all over your face. At your age, Rokuro.
Sorry again.
There's something else I've been meaning to mention. Do you realize you hold your chopsticks incorrectly?
Oh, you noticed. It's an original way I came up with myself, because I didn't want to imitate Shigure growing up. Pretty nifty, ain't it?
No, it's not. It's horrible manners. Corrupted manners at the table leads to a corrupted soul. Hold your chopsticks properly.
I'm a demon, so I think that ship has already sailed.
Properly!
All right, fine. I don't think my Rangetsu's sword training was ever this strict.
Maybe Eleanor hasn't changed all that much.
All right, I'm done cooking. Dig in.
Aizen, I gotta say, your food tastes quite rich.
But not in a bad way. It's rich, but it's not overpowering.
Yeah, it's a very grown-up flavor. I could get attached to this.
Of course. I used a lot of my special ingredients.
Special ingredients.
That sounds just...
Normally, a master would never reveal his secrets. But I'll make an exception this one time. One of my secret ingredients is pirate mushrooms. Using them, you can make an excellent broth with a full-bodied flavor prized by the most discerning chefs.
That sounds kind of like bandit mushrooms, which can kill you in a single bite.
Indeed. Pirate mushrooms are quite rare and very difficult to differentiate from bandit mushrooms.
I also use a little something called the Reaper pufferfish.
Isn't that fish so deadly poisonous that its juices could single-handedly put down an entire herd of elephants?
No more than a handful of chefs could prepare them in a way that would actually be edible.
Yeah, but the flavor is sublime. It'll make you think you've died and gone to heaven.
You don't mean that literally, right?
You prepared the fish yourself, yes? Just so we're clear?
Of course I did. I'm in charge of my own knife. I take full responsibility from scratch to finish. That's just my way.
I think I'm starting to feel a little dizzy.
Me too. Reaper cooking is no joke. It's to be respected and feared. I finally finished my culinary masterpiece. Eat your hearts out!
Wow. I can tell you put a lot of care into this, Magilu.
Yeah, it's really refined. There's a lot of subtlety to it.
Color me surprised. I figured the only thing you'd be good at concocting was poison.
You know what they say. Jack of one trade, master of many. Once you're a witch of my caliber, cooking comes naturally.
Are there really that many similarities between cooking and witchcraft?
Oh, so very many. For instance, the first steps in preparing a broth are the same as for brewing cursing concoctions.
Wow, I had no idea.
Cursing concoctions?
And the way you prepare the ingredients for a love potion can be readily applied to how you make simmered dishes.
Really?
Love potions? Think of the similarities like this. In both witchcraft and cooking, you have to think about who's going to consume your creations. It's very important.
I think I understand what you mean. It's the way you put feeling into it.
No, don't listen to her!
From now on, you can't eat anything Mogilo cooks for you until you had someone else test it first.
What? Why? What do you mean, test it?
Just make Bienfu eat some and see how he reacts.
That's a good idea. Let's go with that.
What?
Poor Laphicet, surrounded by women who wouldn't know a joke if it hit them upside the head. The trick to being a good cook is having a playful side.
All right. Looks like we found every last geotree.
Yeah. Now you can go anywhere on your geoboard. But all that work has me worn out so much that my body's back to its old flabby self.
We've asked a lot of you, Bienfu, but we couldn't have gotten this far without you.
Did I hear right? I must be even more exhausted than I thought. I could have sworn I just heard Velvet actually thank me for something. Your ears aren't playing tricks on you, Bienfu.
We're all very proud of you. Thanks so much for stepping up and helping us.
You really come through when the cards are down.
Yeah, thanks for everything, Bienfu.
I've always just felt like I was a scared little Norman. I always hated the name Brave. I didn't think I deserved it at all. So hearing all you scary people accept me as who I am, it means a lot.
You should be proud, Bienfu. Do you see any other Norman traveling with the Lord of Calamity? I think not.
You know, you're right. No other Norman would be so courageous. Just me, Norman Brave.
Now you're talking. That's my sidekick. Although, the fact that you're siding with the Lord of Calamity does make you public enemy number... Well, not number 1, but certainly in the top 10. Hope you're ready to deal with the consequences of your poor life choices.
She's not wrong.
You're all terrible.
Wow, Aizen. Your palmiers are every bit as delicious as the ones you can buy from a baker.
It takes a lot of time and work to get that good. They say it takes 3 years to master caramel custard, but 8 for palmier.
I never figured you for someone who would be so passionate about baked sweets.
What? So just because I'm a pirate, I can't bake?
No, I didn't mean it like that. It's just that these are so good, and you made them with such perfect attention to detail.
My sister likes palmiers.
Ah, and she...
Sounds like there's a story, if you don't mind us asking.
You're right, there is. Back when she and I were living together, we went out to a human town where we discovered palmiers for the first time. My sister had never tasted sweets made by humans before, and she fell in love with palmiers at the first bite. After that, whenever I went into town, I made sure to pick some up for her.
You picked them up for her?
You mean you two didn't keep going there together?
Being among humans puts Malakim in contact with malevolence. With my sister being prone to illness and injury, I wouldn't take her along to such places. When she'd be acting up or not sleeping or something, I'd promise to get her palm and she'd calm right down.
That sounds like how me and my brother used to be.
After a while, I just figured that if she likes them that much, I might as well learn how to make them off.
Plus, that way you wouldn't expose yourself to as much malevolence.
After I made them enough times, I got the hang of it. They started turning out really well. But one time when I was baking them, the oven suddenly spewed fire out and badly burned my sister. It was all my fault, and stupid, clueless me didn't even know why at the time. Crazy is, after I did what I could for her burns and put her to bed, she told me she wanted to eat the palmiers I'd made. They were burned to a crisp, but she ate those pastries like nothing was wrong. Then she smiled and told me to keep on making them.
That's just like a younger sibling. He just wanted to do something for his sister, only to be confronted by how bad his curse is.
That'd be really hard to deal with.
She must realize by now what's going on with Aizen, right?
Maybe she thought that he'd leave if she ever let on that she knew.
And he left because he thought he could spare her from learning the truth.
Laffy said you don't have to feel so bad. It's okay.
Thanks, Eleanor. But Vidal's right. I hadn't even considered his point of view.
But you were just trying to be nice.
Well, even if he doesn't want me to interfere with him, I still want to make that Omega Elixir. He's a friend, and he's in pain. I want to help him.
Yeah, you're right. I'll help you out too.
Keep basking in them sunshine and rainbows, kids. But as far as anyone knows, there's not one case in all of recorded history of anyone who has it surviving.
The 12-year sickness. We saw this in the Earthen Historia.
Yeah, my little brother had it too. He knew it. That's why he asked Artorius to.
What else could he do? He had no hope against that disease.
That's probably true. But that doesn't exactly help dull my sorrow. The opposite, actually. If I forgot that feeling, well, my brother deserves far better than that.
You're strong, Velvet. You know that?
There's a cloud sheep egg, another ingredient for the Omega Elixir.
All right! Let's hurry and get this back to Videl.
I'm not sure I've ever seen Laphicet so animated.
He's never really lost anything, so he can still believe in hope.
That's a dark way of putting it.
Once he's confronted with reality, he'll change his tune.
Are you certain?
Yeah, everyone's like that.
Then how do you explain yourself? You've lost. You've been hit hard by reality. You don't have any hope for anything. So why do you risk your life with this revenge business?
Why the hell shouldn't I? There's no hope waiting for me on the other side of revenge. I know full well it won't fix anything, or bring anyone back. But it's a damn sight better than sitting around doing nothing!
And that's probably how Laphicet feels right now, too.
I can't let go of all my anger and sorrow, and he can't bring himself to stop holding on to hope. This is how far he'll go for his friends.
You two are both illogical for sure. I suppose a dumb old demon like me doesn't quite feel the same need for action.